My name is Hiroki Matsuuchi, and you are listening to Tsunami, a showcase of a single content creator in Japan and their content. This is episode number 4, and today we are featuring Japan's very own resident anarchist, Japanarchist. So I've been watching Japanarchist on YouTube since I kind of first started getting into this whole content creating thing about 9 months ago. And I tried really hard to search my memory for some videos, some clips, something that would be a typical Japanarchist video. But I honestly couldn't think of anything, and I couldn't find anything either. So for better or worse, I tend to think the former. His stuff is kind of all over the place. But when you watch it, it's impossible not to crack up, and in many cases laugh out loud. Or at least smile a little bit. Of course, his stuff is hysterical in many cases. So this next video I'm going to show you is I would say, typical video of his. Well, if it can even be called that, I would say the most common format for his show is, it's like a short rant, maybe how-to, top 5, top 3 review, tips for life. Well, anyway, here. Just take a look at this short video dating back to December 10th, 2010. Enjoy.
Hey, most little kids when they're young, little kids are young. That's what it means. That's what little kids mean. Anyway, when they're young, they have dreams of what they want to be when they grow up. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a professional whistler. Hey, Sonny, there's no such thing as a professional whistler. I was aware of that. You think I haven't been told that my whole life? Way to crush a kid's dreams. And that's what everyone said. You can't become a professional whistler. That job doesn't exist. Sometimes you see whistling in professional mass media productions, like the old Andy Griffith Show. And then there was Guns N' Roses' Patience. You know what? Turns out there aren't professional whistlers. It's really not that hard. Child's dreams crushed. My question for you is, what did you want to be when you grew up? Leave a comment in the comment area. It's not up there, it's down there. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to another edition of Japanarchist. This edition of Japanarchist is brought to you by... Does loud typing get you down at night? Does it wake up your girlfriend when you're trying to hack into her email account in the middle of the night because you think the bitch has been cheating on you? Well, have we got the product for you. Fenko Keyboard Quiet Cover. It'll keep your typing nice and quiet while you type away to your heart's delight. $30. $30 that costs. And I'm thinking, with the amount of porn people consume on their computers, this product might not be for making things quiet while you're typing, but maybe to guard for any unwanted spills. Ew. Speaking of ew, I got something awesome to share with you today. This is truly a gem of a find. So you've all heard of fan fiction, right? It's basically where someone takes an existing story or characters and mixes that with their own imagination to create their own universe where those characters can interact and have fun and do things. For example, if you wanted to tell a story of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker getting together and fighting zombies on Dagobah with the ghost of Yoda and Obi-Wan Kenobi, Anakin can go fuck off. And you want Jar Jar Binks to die a fiery death in a horrible pod racing accident, then you can do that, right? I mean, you can, and you write that all down, put it in a book. That's fan fiction. You could give it to your friends and they could read it and then beat you senseless with it because you deserve it for being such a dork. But now imagine you're kind of weird. I know, it's not too difficult. But instead of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker battling zombies on Dagobah, let's say they have a gay love affair instead. Welcome to Japan. And let's say instead of Han Solo and Luke Skywalker, you choose 2 other characters that you admire and like. For example, these 2. That's right, I got fan fiction manga of South Park, where Stan and Kyle are gay lovers. Now, it's not all done in the South Park cartoony style. They mangatize it into, cool, and make it cool. But it's still Stan and Kyle as gay lovers. Stan and Kyle, gay out. And that's manga. Oh, Japan, where have ye gone wrong? So there's Stan and Kyle hanging out, eating Wendy's, sharing a kiss. Stan tries to grab Kyle's junk. Stan puts his hand down Kyle's pants. Standard South Park stuff. Sleeping together, touching each other. Ah, to be young and in love. Yeah, it turns out Stan and Kyle are just a couple of fugs. Damn fugs. Words hurt.
That word has been used to abuse people for years.
Now you'll watch the show with a whole new perspective. And they're not really pornographic. They're just really sensitive. You don't see these in regular shops, of course. You can only buy these in special shops that certain people know about, that's quite underground and very cool. And I hear rare editions sell for hundreds of dollars on the internet, so get yours while you can. And apparently the Stan-Kyle relationship is a very popular one. And apparently in all the South Park gay manga fan fiction with Stan and Kyle, Kyle is always the receiver, if you will. And Stan is always the giver, if you get my meaning. That's something I've never really got. What's the appeal for the receiver? Where's the joy in... the giver, I can kind of get that, but the receiver doesn't seem to be getting a lot out of the relationship. Or maybe getting too much. That's all I got for you today. My name's Sonny, this is Japanarchist, and why don't you take me down to Funky Town?
In addition to his informational monologues, there you go, monologues, he also does movie reviews, or I guess should I say he has a very lovely young Japanese woman explain the plot to a movie with these absolutely hysterical animations to go along with it. On his channel, I think this is the first of its kind, but I'm really hoping that he turns this into an ongoing series. This was one of my favorite videos. He should definitely get Mika back on the show to do some more movie summaries. And kind of coincidentally, Mika is also my younger sister's name. Interesting.
Okay. First of all, Jack and Rose met on the gorgeous ship. As soon as they met, they were falling in love and then attacked on the ice rock and the ship broken. Many people were sinking in the sea. It was very cold, so they were shaking in the sea. Jack told her, "Please, Rose, it is cold, so take on the door." "Oh, thank you, thank you." Jack was in the sea, but Jack was very cold. He was very shaking. Rose, "It's okay, it's okay." "Oh, it's okay, but it's very cold." They said, "Help, help," but nobody came. Jack was frozen and fell down in the sea, and Rose was alive, but Jack was died. After that, she has a beautiful memory. Thank you.
So of course, far from just mindless entertainment, Japanarchist also does some helpful how-to videos about life in Japan and, well, I would say even life in general. In this next video, he shows all of those single, poor, lazy, and hungry residents of Japan how to make 3 easy meals on the cheap. And of course, I'm going to have to emphasize the kind of relative nature of the word meals. This stuff is pretty unbelievable. Take a look.
Okay, here's my impression of every Japanese lady I've ever met serving me an absolutely delicious meal that she spent hours slaving in the kitchen preparing. Gomennasai. Hey, you don't have to apologize when you do something nice that is well appreciated. If you offend me, say you're sorry. If you accidentally bump into me, say you're sorry. If we're supposed to meet somewhere and you're 20 minutes late, say you're sorry. If I come home from work early and want to surprise you with a special night out, just the two of us, but instead I catch you in bed with my best friend and you tell me you never really loved me and tear my heart in two, then you got a little out of hand there. Gomenasai. Minasan konnichiwa, and welcome to another edition of Japanarchist. This edition of Japanarchist is brought to you by Bouncing Mechanical Ramen. Because nothing says tasty like bouncing mechanical ramen. Yum. Actually, it does look pretty good. Alright, so today is very special. I got the place all to myself. I'm hungry, I don't got a lot of money, and I want to eat now. So what I'm going to do for you is make a very special top 3. Top 3 quick, easy, cheap, unhealthy foods to prepare when you're alone. I mean, you gotta be alone, because this stuff they're kind of embarrassing and gross, or they're just too unhealthy to... Let's get started. Number 3. Number 3, a friend taught me 3 or 4 years ago, and I think he saw it on TV somewhere, but I'm gonna claim it as mine, so what are you gonna do about it? It's mine now. I call this jagariko mashed potato. So, how do you make this, you ask? First thing you do is get yourself some jagariko. Jagariko. And if you're unfamiliar with jagariko, they're these little potato chippy things. Don't eat too many before you prepare your meal, because then you have nothing to eat later. And then you put some water in something. Boil the water. Water boiling can take a while. So while the water boils, try to have fun. I think I hear the water boiling. You take your freshly hot water and you fill it up about 3/4 full. Trust me, this is awesome. You take a spoon or a fork, your choice, I'll leave that up to you. You just mash it and kind of crunch it. And then what you're left with is tasty mashed potatoes. Look at that. And then, awesome, I'm alone, happy, very tasty, and it's just mashed potato goodness. Total time, 3.5 minutes. Total cost, 77 yen. Total dishes, 1. Number 2. Number 2 I've been doing since I was a little kid and had a paper route. And I'd get together with my friends and we'd prepare the papers for the paper route and prepare ramen.
Hey, Sonny, we know what ramen is. I ate it every day in college.
First of all, you didn't go to college. Second of all, mashed potatoes. Second of all, I didn't say ramen, I said ramen. Like raw ramen. Ramen. So you get a pack of ramen, and you open it. Yeah, really. This one's a tonkotsu ramen, which is like pork juice. So you take out the ramen, put it on a plate, and then you got the Season Happy packet. So you got the ramen on the plate, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, that's flavorless ramen, that's no good. And I say, hey, guess what? That's what the Season Pack is for. You just want to sprinkle it on your ramen. Because just plain ramen would be gross. And there you go, you got a tasty, crunchy, crispy, happy treat. Total cooking time, 30 seconds? Total price, like 25 yen? Total dishes, 1. Beat that. I'm not kidding, I really do eat this. Number 1. Number 1 is my favorite. Yeah, that's why it's number 1. This is something I like to call curry macaroni. Because basically it's just curry and macaroni. To cook curry macaroni, first thing you need is some curry. Because the theme is quick, easy, cheap, I bought some quick, easy, cheap, instant curry. The cheapest macaroni you can possibly find. Fast boiling macaroni. It says it's for salads, but you don't have to use it for salads. It's just a suggestion. Now, like I said, I want to eat now, but the water's not boiling yet. I don't care. When the water's about to boil, throw in your macaroni. But you also have to boil the curry for 3 to 5 minutes. You put the curry in with the macaroni. And I'm sure they wash the pack at the factory. I bet it's clean. You think it's clean? While you're waiting for it to boil, you want to prepare your plate. Now, look, I already got one. You just want to clean off some of that ramen residue, and you can eat that or throw it out. Probably throw it out. Probably shouldn't have eaten it in the first place. Do your part. Be green. Don't wash stuff. Time's up. So I put the curry on, and then toss on your macaroni. Take a spoon and start stirring. Now you might notice that there's not enough curry. Now what you could do is not put in all the macaroni, or do what I do. Just give a small layer of mayonnaise on the top. Because nothing says healthy like mayonnaise. You can also add cheese or spices, fried chicken, a pork chop. But like I said, I want to eat now, so I'm going to have to devour this. Smells like delicious. I'm going to get on this, and thanks for watching. My name's Sonny. This is Japanarchist. Have a great day. Peace. Awesome. Water's boiling. Water's boiling.
So Sunny's stuff, aka Japanarchist stuff, is ridiculous and extremely funny, but at the same time, you can tell that he really sinks a lot of effort into filming and producing all of his videos. The editing is quite polished, and his timing, I would say probably attributed to the good editing, is perfect. His comedic timing is excellent. You can think of it as a kind of Japan-centric, serious YouTube comedy channel, if that makes any sense. His is one channel that you definitely have to check out. Interest in Japan be damned. You can find him all over YouTube. His username, once again, is Japanarchist. And that's it. Thank you all for watching or listening to episode 4 of Tsunami. You can get in touch with us. Our email address is tsunami@wanwan.fm with any comments, questions, or suggestions for future content creators to be featured on the show. But for now, I am Hiroki Matsuuchi, leaving you with Ninja Japanarchist.